Hi there, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a French press coffee. It is the most delicious kind of coffee you're ever going to have, better than the drip trash that most Americans are used to. I've gone ahead and done some pre-work here. I have preheated my carafe, I have preheated the water, I have pre-ground the beans because we're on a little bit of a time schedule here. So just to clarify, when we are boiling our water, we want it to rise to boiling and then give it about a minute to cool down so that it does not actually burn the beans. And yes, I realize it seems counterintuitive. You can burn the beans if the water is too hot. You'll ruin it. According to drinktrade.com, you want to use a 15:1 water to grounds ratio by the gram. That's about an 8-ounce cup of coffee and 3 tablespoons leveled off of coffee beans. You also want to make sure that you're using a medium to coarse ground. You don't want super fine grounds because the wire mesh that comes inside will actually not do a good job of separating those out and you'll end up with very acrid coffee. You also want the surface area of the coarser grounds to release the CO2, and you're going to need more contact area to make that happen properly. So we've gone ahead and we've cut the heat. We're going to let it sit for just a minute here. We have the French press is preheated. I am going to go ahead and add my grounds to the bottom. Now you might be tempted, once you have your grounds inside, to immediately dump all of your water in. Don't do that. It won't really hurt anything, but you can make it a lot better by doing a process called blooming. What this means is we're going to take just a little bit of the water and add it to the grounds. Okay, set this off to the side for a moment. We're going to give it a little spin here. What this is doing is allowing any trapped CO2 inside of the beans to release. If you look inside, you may actually see some bubbles forming. That is a good thing. Once you've given it about 30 seconds, we're not going to wait the whole time, and you actually have seen some of the bubbles release, go ahead and add the rest of your water, and then start yourself a timer for 4 minutes. Has to be 4 minutes exactly, no longer, no shorter. I'm kidding. It can be 4 to 7 minutes depending on your taste preferences. I typically actually go about 6 minutes because I really like a bold coffee. Now, as far as styles of these, you have stainless steel, glass. According to americastestkitchen.com, the best one on the market right now is a Bodum Columbia Thermal French Press 8-cup, retailing for $46.99 on Amazon. Okay. Now, once you have your water added, it's just a waiting game here. These right here go really, really good with creams and milks. I am a huge fan of creme brulee, Kroger brand creamer. It's pretty fantastic, my favorite this week. Super important fact about these. Once you have had this in there for approximately 7 minutes, you need to get it all out at the same time. You do not want to leave this in here any longer. This is not like a pot of coffee where you can let it sit for an hour and come back to it. It will turn rancid very, very quickly. It will be so acidic you can probably clean your toilet with it. It's really, really awful. Now, there is one step in here I'm not going to do because I don't see much of a benefit, but according to Driftway Coffee, once it's been in here for about a minute, it is a good idea to them to stir your grounds some, to remix it into the water, reintroduce the particulates. I've done it both ways, and I cannot tell any kind of a difference. So, take it what you will, you find your own method, you may enjoy it more. Now, it's been approximately a minute, but just to demonstrate the process, this is not going to be the best cup of coffee here. You plunge down, and you're going to get, when you pour it out, a kind of murky coffee look. It should be murky. It should not be crystal clear. This right here is saturated with oils you cannot get from a drip coffee machine, and also little ultra-fine particulates of coffee flavor in there. It is the best coffee you're ever going to have, pretty much. Last tips for you. This is one of the simplest methods you can do. There are simpler methods, but as far as full-body flavored coffees, you can't go wrong. If I have to recommend a version of coffee bean, Dunkin' Donuts is the last great American brand because they do dark roasts, but they do not over roast their beans to hide the imperfections in their coffee. So that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.